Okay, so this is a sponsored stream by Bo3, as a part of me being on the MPL. We are playing with some Simic Nexus. It's like it's very strong. I've been really impressed with it. Tamiyo has been a huge boon to the deck. Since the last stream, I am trying out a slightly different sideboard. We've got like a Bond of Flourishing we're trying out. Still trying out the Spell Pierces. I've got Kefnets back in the board. I'm giving another try to. We've been trying out the extra Tamiyo, which I've been really happy with. The third Tamiyo has felt very good. So, play some more games with this. Mono Red impressive. Yeah, I've been pretty happy with Mono Red on the ladder recently. Just like with Frenzies. You love the new Kefnet. Kefnet's very good. I've been very impressed with the card. It's a lot better when you have instants. When you have instant speed card draw. Like with Opt, being able to like opt into a spell is quite powerful. It's also just like a problematic permanent for your opponent to deal with in post-board games. This hand is like really marginal. It's kind of slow is the problem. Root Snare plus Tamiyo is good against most of the creature decks though, if we can find a Growth Spiral or Reclamation in our top few cards. This might be a mulligan. I'm going to keep. I can believe this is a mulligan. Opponent's mulling to 5 though, so you know, can keep anything. Ooh, Island. Interesting. Blue-white? What blue-white decks are there? Are we going to play standard Miracles of Kefnet opt into Time Wipe? That sounds disgusting, Og. Oh my gosh. Ooh, and we have a Sabotage. Okay, this is great. We're doing very well here. Get to sabotage any relevant spell. We're going to get to Chemister's Insight in their end step pretty soon. Just to stock up our hand a bit. Yeah, it seems like Azorius control of some sort. We've drawn both our sabotages against them, which is really impressive. I should have ticked up the Blast Zone, obviously. I'm kind of just playing quickly. Fast and loose. Teferi, no. Go away. We don't like Teferis. Yes, this is fine. Whatever. Fills up our yard for search for Azcantas later. I could Tamiyo minus get back Sabotage. I think I'm just gonna pass the turn and draw cards though. That's a search for Azcanta. I can just kill that if I want. They also only have one card in their yard, so this isn't too scary at the moment. I'm just gonna let them have this. Aw, Ty, thank you so much for the 8-month free sub. It means a lot to me. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Alright, please no Syncopate. Awesome. Fire off my Opt. Ooh, so we get to go Search plus Sabotage next turn. I like almost want to keep this because we have this Nexus in hand. I think the Hinterland Harbor is just good. We just like want to hit our land drops guaranteed. Then we get to go Search. How's New Standard going? I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I'm a bit worried that this Nexus deck might be too good based on how it's been going the last couple of days, but still early days in the format, right? People will adjust. Yeah, it does. Oh, that's a really nice interaction with Saheeli. Ugh. This one is annoying. I guess I'm gonna Sabotage. Hope they don't have a Dovin's Veto. They don't have the Dovin's Veto. Jeez. That's absurd for us. We already have 5 cards in yard. So we can put this in the graveyard. I just go Tamiyo minus and Sabotage, right? Hope they don't have the counterspell here. They might have the counterspell here, but they didn't try and protect the Teferi, and the Teferi is very good against us. Awesome. Get back Sabotage. And I guess our search is now not flipping next turn, but we can Root Snare in that instep to like threaten to flip it. If you have 5 cards in the yard, isn't it worth it to use an instant before the Nexus trigger? What do you mean? Oh, before the Azcanta trigger? No, I just wanted to Tamiyo plus Sabotage that turn, have Sabotage up, rather than transform the Azcanta. I think the Sabotage is really powerful there. Alright, so we can trim these growth spirals. What the actual nonsense is you can do with new Saheeli. Saheeli's very good with the Drakes. Saheeli's also very good with Thief of Sanity. Oh, we need Snare to protect Tamiyo from District. Good point. Yeah, that's another reason to not fire off the Snare. You found Ooze really important. Okay, I'll give it a try. I've not actually brought in Ooze against like blue-white-esque decks, but I assume it's pretty decent. I don't know how many Kefnets I want. Kefnet is fine. It's like a bit clunky. I'm just gonna... Yeah, our opponent doesn't have Eco as the thing, Lurch. Our opponent's just blue-white. But it does threaten to Teferi, which is nice. For sure. If they were on Esper, I would bring in Kefnet. Just against blue-white, I just don't think it's as good. It's possible we don't even want the Ooze against blue-white. A bit of me is tempted. What just happened? Oh. Did I not finish sideboarding in time? Was I talking too much? That happens. I get very caught up in talking. Hopefully we have those Spell Piercers in our deck. Alright. I was too caught up in the discussion, you know? It was interesting. I was enjoying it. I don't know, Emily. I'm kind of curious about that. I guess we're gonna find out, right? I guess we're gonna find out. Reverts to the old list, damn. I guess we have Root Snares in our deck. And no counter magic. Yike. I mean, our hand is still just perfect, so, you know, we'll cope. Sell you on Narset? Narset is good in the mirrors. At, like, making it harder for your opponent to consistently go off whilst grinding through negates. I'm not convinced Narset is good enough, but I think she's, like, worth trying. You know? Definitely think Narset is worth trying. That's the land. I feel like they might just not have counter magic. It keeps giving me a priority all the time. Screw it. Just arena things. I would never do that in paper. I would literally never do that in paper. But, you know, we didn't get to sideboard, so I'm allowed to do this. This is making up for the no sideboarding. I think I just ditch this. It's like pretty good with the spirals and stuff, but I just want to find a Nexus so I can do some nonsense. We're gonna cycle a bunch of cards anyway, so. Alright. Play this. And pass the turn. With Sabotage up. God, not sideboarding is so powerful. Who needs to sideboard anyway? We have 7 cards in Yard, this just immediately flips. No, 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 friend. I'm sorry. Oh, EOT. Yeah, we should have Chemisters. You're right. I'm playing really loose here. It's not gonna matter. This game is super over. We talked too long and therefore did not sideboard If's Maze. Won anyway because Nexus is messed up. Also because our opponent didn't draw a counterspell, I guess. Also because of that. I like how I played game 1 like really tight, and then I just play the game 2 super loose with 0 sideboarding. Oh my gosh. Never revealing a main deck card that never stays in. Alright. We are 1-0 so far with Nexus. Beating the blue-white control menace. This is fine. I kind of want to keep this. I don't know. Maybe this is greedy. If they're in an aggro deck, this looks really silly, but everyone's just on like Nexus and Esper at the moment, it feels like. Okay, Fort Erasure. Look at me keeping the insight on top. You think we are the menace. We can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Alright, just play this and pass the turn. Please no Thief of Sanity. That one is eminently beatable, however. Ooh, this is just so good against Grixis. I think I'm just meant to keep it. It's like very slow. But it's not like they're fast, right? Maybe it's greedy. This is where they play a bolus, and I feel really silly for saying that they're very slow. Who discards the card. So they can't take an insight. They just like put the Nexus back in the deck. Which is fine. Perfect draw. They just... Oh, because this amassed one. That makes sense. Alright, fire off my draw 2. Huh. So I guess I just pass the turn back. If they don't force me to sabotage, I can draw 2. If they do make me sabotage, I still get to spiral. I think that could be the case, Legion. It depends how much people adjust to it. I think the deck is quite strong, so I'd be surprised if it's not a good choice. So I just let this resolve, I guess. Yeah, they take the sabotage, but this way I get to draw 2, which feels more relevant than denying them the surveil. Okay. New Sahilio Deeproot Champion? That's kind of ridiculous, Og. Huh. I just need to hit my land drops. I think I need to Insight again. I pulled out loads of blue sources from my deck. But I also have Opt in my deck. So I guess I'd rather leave the blue source up than a green source. Oh, thank you, Hobart. I really appreciate that. I'm very excited about it. Ugh. Gross. I mean, our hand is great. Missing land drops is a bit brutal. Obviously, they get to dig here. Towards Forteracious, counter spells. Sorry, just making a note about something. Alright. So I guess I just have to Wilderness Rec and hope they don't have Enchantment Disruption. I can try and opt into a land. And that would then let me Nexus this turn as well. What's my view on Esper Blue-White Jeskai? I feel like they should be well positioned. I'd be a bit nervous about the Nexus decks being pretty good against them. Shocking myself makes me weak to shock. But I kind of want to like try and go off here. I feel like they just don't have anything. I do feel like some of the Planeswalkers in the new set are pretty good against the control decks too. Like, obviously, is it just Insight to begin? Obviously, like Vivian, Narset, and such are all just like very good against control decks, which would be pretty concerning to me. So I can play this, play this. Play my Azcanta. Passing the turn's a little bit scary. I have 2 Root Snares. If I untap, I probably won. I just need them to not have any way to deal 2 to me. Okay. That doesn't really do anything, does it? I guess I cast this in response. Get some more info. Oh, no worries, Legion. I think Mono Red is not a great matchup for the deck. And I think people can hate out the deck if they want. There's like a bunch of cards that are inherently good against the deck. Activate Azcanta, find my Nexus. I think I just want to get the second Reclamation down. Instant speed enchantment removal, yeah, that can be really powerful against the deck for sure. Yeah, it should be a lock, I would hope. Because they've shown us that they just don't have anything relevant here. We're going to be seeing a lot of cards every turn. Oh yeah, Esper Hero seems like a scary matchup, I would agree with that. I've not actually played against it, but just on paper, they have a lot of very good tools against you. Not too much in the way of, like, dead cards. Alright, cast my Tamiyo. Can plus my Tamiyo. I actually need to be careful here. If they have a Bedevil, they could cut me off all my win cons if I mill Callous Dismissal and Tamiyo. So I have to name one of those two, because that's like one of the ways I could feasibly lose, is milling both my other win cons and then bedeviling me. Alright, put these triggers on the stack. Put this Nexus back in the deck. Okay. In a moment, we're going to grab a Sabotage, and then try and find our Callous Dismissal. Ooh, I cannot actually cast this. Okay, that is fine. So I have a Sabotage in my yard, right? I do. So let's just grab it. We already have like loads of turns stacked up now. Like, we just cannot lose from this position realistically. We just need to find our win con. Awesome. Callous Dismissal OP. I'm just gonna like stack up a few turns so I don't have to worry about this anymore. Sure. My turn. So we get to go Callous Dismissal or Tamiyo. Tamiyo or Callous Dismissal. Callous Dismissal or Tamiyo. Pass the turn. Alright. Hey there, Mason. Good to see you. Get back Callous Dismissal. Guess I should get the spoilers out the way at some point. It's a really smart win con. It's really compact. Alright, so against Grixis. Yeah, it's the win con for the deck. It's kind of a lot, but it is sweet. I kind of want to trim like a couple Root Snares. I probably want a couple pieces of counter magic, but not too much. Something like this seems fine. See how this plays. Alright, this hand seems great. Search for Azcanta is our best card against them by a huge margin. Have I tried Narset's Reversal yet? Yeah, Narset's Reversal seems very good in the mirror. For sure. I could definitely see trying that card out. Like, bouncing a Nexus with it is such a big swing. It might just be better than Spell Pierce. I could imagine it just being a better inclusion than Spell Pierce. I do need the 4th land for Insight. Maybe this is greedy to bottom. I feel like I'm going to see a lot of cards to find my 4th land drop. Ooh, she nice. Oh, tap out for something. What? It's not what I was expecting. I guess Narset's a bit less good here than I'd like, because she's just going to die, but she soaks up some damage and finds us a card. So I'm still just going to cast her. And then we have the Wilderness Wreck. Awesome. Digs us towards our wreck, soaks up some damage. We get to take our wreck here, but that's fine. I can't imagine that Gleaming Overseer is actually a playable Magic card. I know Gab was playing it earlier too, but it seems underpowered to me. Ooh, I have 3 cards in my yard. I think I still just want to Insight though, to hit my land drops. Obviously casting Search is awesome. It's not like it flips quite yet anyway, and casting the Insight is very strong. Alright, Narset dies. That is fine. She kind of did her job right. Just like digging for the Reclamation is just a really powerful effect. Okay, I guess I ditch a Nexus. I kind of want everything else. I have 5 cards in my yard though. I'm probably gonna get there regardless. Could also just ditch the Negate. It's like not certain the Negate's gonna do anything. This might be bad. The thing is, like, discard spells just aren't good against me at the moment anyway, which makes me feel like I don't need the Negate in hand. And they can't remove the Search, so I don't need Negate for that. Negate would be like purely to try and protect a wreck. Next time we get to flip this, like, Cycle Nexus. Incoming Bolus 5. Oh, because we discarded the Negate. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about Bolus 5. I'm still not used to that card being in the format. That one is scary. That one is less scary. Don't they cast that pre-combat? Make a 2/2. They get in an extra damage that way, right? Alright. Azcanta just definitely goes to the graveyard. Definitely transform the Azcanta. So I think I just want to cast Explore. I guess I could do it on their end step. That's like a bit more powerful. It gives them an extra draw step, I suppose. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This deals 10 to a creature or planeswalker. It's a creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield. Cool. I'm just going to do this on their end step. It plays better against a counter spell that way. And it also just like lets us line up our turns nicely if we want. How is it more powerful? Because having the turns adjacent to each other means there's like less pressure on you to you just get a whole turn that you can dedicate to drawing cards without having to worry about having the next Nexus ready, which is really nice. Enter the God-Eternal shouldn't be in their deck post-board though, so I don't think that's too relevant. I have a Memorial Insight. Yes, we have an Insight in our yard, and we have Azcanta active. So I can probably get rid of the Insight. Like, just knowing we have a whole turn we can dedicate to drawing cards, and yet still potentially keep going off is really powerful. Because now I can just spend this turn drawing cards, and not have to worry about the fact that I might be passing the turn back to them. This just like lets me dig for my Reclamation. Or a Root Snare. That's a nice find. So I just want to... I could cycle the Nexus. It'd still be 1 mana away from Azcanta plus Nexus every turn. Whereas if I hit a Reclamation of the Azcanta, it's so good for me. I really kind of just want to activate this Azcanta. I've got a Root Snare to potentially survive their next turn anyway, right? So it's not the end of the world if I have to pass the turn to them. Necessarily. I mean, a Negate would still get me, but... Yike. Alright, so... I guess we're going to be Root Snaring. Set the upkeep stop. Hope this is good enough. It is. Awesome. Oh, awesome, Stumbler. Glad you got to catch the stream. I've been really enjoying this deck. I think it's very strong. It's a lot of fun too. Oh, thanks, Johnny. I'm glad you think so. Something I've been trying to work on. It's definitely like a hard skill to get used to. I think I can get rid of an Insight because I've got 2 Insights in my yard, and I definitely want my land drop for next turn. Because land drop lets me go Nexus plus activate Azcanta, I believe. Alright. Hopefully not dead. Alright, that takes the Nexus. I still get to activate Azcanta. If I hit a Nexus, I just keep going off. If I hit a Reclamation, that's a rebuy on my Azcanta activation. It takes a while, Dock'n'Way. I don't know exactly how long, but maybe like, you know, 30 or 40 streams to get to the point where it just doesn't feel awkward. It's definitely a tricky thing to get used to. Yikes. So if I am Insight, I can't cast Reclamation, so I just have to cast a Growth Spiral. And then I can still cast a Root Snare if I draw it anyway. Awesome. It's not clear that this is going to be good enough, but it is something. Yeah, it helps once you have an interactive chat. Interacting with chat feels like a lot of space. So it's a very useful thing. Yeah, that chat, y'all are useful. Whew, this is useful too. Okay, keep this going. Keep on cycling. This is like kind of fine, except I die if I pass the turn, which is less fine. I'm on 3, so I can like technically shock this in if I need the mana. It's Cass! Cass is cute, y'all. Also, thank you very much for the resub, Cass. Appreciate you immensely. In many ways. I'm glad you got home safe by the looks of things. I mean, I'm not glad that you're home rather than here, but I'm glad that the travel was safe, at least. Alright, fire this off. God, this deck is a treat. It's kind of obscene that we're just like untapping and winning this game here. Oh, I think MTG bot is confused because life is confusing and scary for an MTG bot, I guess. Also, they updated some stuff on Twitch, on the Twitch side, that confused it too. Ooh. Alright, well, this is nice. Oh, it gains Tamiyo's abilities. That's adorable. You figured out what I meant. I just had to express it in the most awkward way humanly possible. Or cutest way humanly possible. Take your pick. What is our win con? We have a single Callous Dismissal, and technically, because we're in post-board games, we also have 2 copies of Kefnet. Which are in the deck somewhere. Oh my gosh, Cass. Alright, tap some mana. Double Kefnet. They're somewhere. Somewhere in that deck. Gonna find them. Alright. Drop some cards. I guess I could have cast the Nexus instead. Maybe that would have been better. Details, details. Our win con is boredom. Accurate. Accurate. This is gonna take a while. Okay, cast my Kefnet. Well, we have 12 cards left. 17 cards. I guess I'm gonna get back a Negate. For some reason. You know, cast cards at random. Alright. Turbo fun. The most turbo of fun in the world. Can confirm. Start stocking up on turns. We've got turns of the extra variety, we've got turns of the flying variety. All the turns you could possibly want here. Why not bounce bowlers? We'll get there, we'll get there. There's no rush. Bolus will still be there in a moment. Oh, we don't get another untap. What am I doing? What am I doing, chat? Ignore me. I'm not doing anything here. Reveal my breeding pool. Get back Callous Dismissal. Callous Dismissal your Nickel Bolus. Get back Callous Dismissal. Callous Dismissal your 1/4. Guess we just swing here. Rawr. This is slightly less cute than doing that on the Tamiyo, I guess. Regret. Whatever. That is gonna die to our 4/5. Reveal. I'm now officially taking actions at random, to be clear. Nothing we do actually matters anymore. Simic Nexus, where the game actions do not matter. Ooh. So lucky. Do you feel like this third version is finely tuned? I'm just trying out stuff. I think I prefer it to my previous two lists, but mainly just trying out stuff at the moment. I think the deck is, like, I think this list is very good. I don't know that it's the best way to tune it. Mainly just seeing how different cards play. There's a lot of different options for the deck. Nihilist magic, nothing we do matters. Show your list. The list is up in chat. Exclamation mark deck list will always show you the deck I'm playing. Unless I'm like hopping between deck lists a lot. But when I'm playing it for like an hour plus like this, always be viewable in chat on those occasions. We have an opt. Probably not keeping this though. Having the Callous Dismissal in hand is so brutal. I think I have to keep this on top for the sake of my growth spiral. As much as it's not a blue source. Alright. Pass the turn. Don't Forteration me. I said don't Forteration me, opponent. So rude. They never take the growth spiral, right? I'm just scared. I'm just scared. Look at how fearful I am of them taking the growth spiral. London Molar Dismissal to the bottom, the dream. Goodbye, Tamiyo. You'll be missed. Blue source. Forteration me, uwu. Not into being Forteration. Am into drawing unbeatable magic cards. Does not seem great against that deck. Let's put it in the bin. Alright, just pass the turn, get to growth spiral on that end step. Keep filling this yard. Yeah, that one's pretty good. It's not the land we wanted. I guess I'm just discarding the Dismissal. I could also just discard the Sabotage. Both of them are kinda garbage. How do you beat mono red with this deck? Good question. Well presented. We can flip Azcanta, that doesn't achieve very much this turn. No, they can't kill Azcanta in their colours, right? So I'd rather just get access, like, know that I have the extra scry coming instead. This way we get the extra scry next turn before it flips. Alright, so they put us to 16. Next turn is Azcanta flips, and that's going to be really powerful. I guess they have their own one. Their Azcanta's a bit worse than ours, though. They only have 2 cards in their yard. Oh, they have a fielder rune. Good point. Even then, we get to find a card off it. It's like not the best, but not the worst. Just gonna bottom this. We want to hit all land drops, but I also just want to find like nexuses and card advantage and nonsense. So I can leave this one. So on this turn, activating Azcanta, they field Azcanta, and then I get to cast Insight. So Robbie is going to field an end step here, which is fine. I could technically Nexus here, but I don't think it achieves much with how our hand looks at the moment. So I'd rather just like get in the guaranteed Azcanta activation. Guaranteed Azcanta activation is like medium strong. Alright. This one's wild. I've not seen this basic before. So they hit us to 12. What am I discarding to this Insight? I feel like the Root Snare is not great. Callous Dismissal is also not terribly impressive, but we might be able to get some value out of it. Tamiyo. I'm going to pass the turn here. If they Insight me in step, I get to Nexus. If they don't, I get to Nexus in their instep. And set up back-to-back turns to try and do something powerful with. Guaranteed Azcanta activation is our Vaporwave Mountain Goats cover band. Oh my gosh. I would like to cast my Nexus of Fate, please, opponent. Thank you. So we actually only have the 2 Tamiyos left, plus this Callous Dismissal. We have to be a bit wary. As wary as in a copy. So I could go Tamiyo rebuy Search. That seems really strong. I don't think they Stone Rained themselves. I wasn't paying that close attention though, honestly. Damn, they have the counter. Brutal. Okay, we're running out of win cons here. Oh yeah, there's a land behind my face, sorry. I can try and reposition this at some point. Maybe I should be in like the bottom right corner. Opt. Do I shock myself and try and opt into an Azcanta here? God damn. How many do they have in their yard? They have 6. I guess I just bounce Nickel Bolus. Oh, that's really cool, Lighty. Thanks for letting me know that. Alright, bounce your Nickel Bolus. We have 9 mana. Play my island. So I guess I just cycle this. Straw Nexus 19 turns in a row. Ooh. That's not bad. Oh my god, are we actually doing it? This is absurd. Wait, so 7... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I can't activate this, right? This is 7 for Nexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I activate... Oh, can I actually activate this if I play the Breeding Pool? Untapped. This is 7 for Nexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I can activate Memorial. Awesome. I think this works. I'm pretty sure this works. It might not work. Right, it does work. Awesome. Oh, this is great. I'm so happy, y'all. I'm so happy. These memorials are just being, like, absurd for us. Well, it's possible I'm not meant to play that memorial. Sorry, not meant to play the wreck, and I'm meant to get, like... I know I get the Nexus back in before the draw 2 anyway, right? So this is fine. This is actually fine. This is obscene. Oh well. Guess we have to pass the turn back. What a shame. How will we ever win this game? Etc. I should check that I have a Tamiyo left in my deck. Right, we have exactly 1 Tamiyo left. I could load up the Blast Zone a bit there, I guess. I can just do it in their end step though. So, like, we can just cast anything scary, counter anything scary they cast. Like this Bolus. Oh, Memorial was a draw too. We have all the mana in the world. Hard-earned game 1. Right, Narset is good. Kefnet's good. Canopy might be good because they have Search as well as Bolus. Hey there, Sadie. Good to see ya. That was a sequence of events. Canopy's good. Yeah, I think it might be. Oh, they have Thief as well. Yeah. Good point. Need to trim a couple more cards. I can just like trim a couple Root Snares. They're pretty bad. Honestly, Root Snare might just be garbage against my opponent's list. I might just want to like try and outpace them instead. You'd cut the Dismissal because we have Kefnet. Fair point. Then I get to bring in like a couple Negates, but not go overboard on them. Never cut Growth Spiral. I was mainly just trying this out because Emma was trimming them against control decks. But I guess my opponent is not actually on a control deck. They're just on like a mid-range deck. I kind of liked the idea of cutting them against Esper though, since the games just like inherently go long and ramping isn't that important there. Though it is nice that it stops you discarding to hand size, even in those games. So maybe it's just not a good idea to cut them ever. Sounds very unexciting, but They're also going to have a bunch of Duresses and Forteratias post-board, so I just never want to mulligan. Yeah, that's fair, Bobbin. That's fair. Alright. If they have a Thief of Sanity, we're in trouble. This is definitely a hand that's much better on the play. You get to like negate their Forteratia. Tamiyo comes down before Bolas. I take my negate. Mill the Steam Vents. Ooh, nice draw. They can never remove the search from play. Opponent also agrees it's a nice draw. You have the field. I'm just going to ditch this. I don't want another one in hand. Alright. I have a bunch of tap lands in my deck. So I guess I just fire this off now. Yep. Deal. Please no Nikki B. Yike. It's like Nexus or Tamiyo. Tamiyo puts a card in the yard for Azcanta. It's probably Nexus though. I get to play Tamiyo and start plussing to soak up loads of damage. Yeah, let's just ditch this Nexus. Try and hit our land drop. Land. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Hope the list treats you well, Saital. Or the archetype in general. I'm doing very well today, Chimera. It's a great day. Very, very well. I guess I just want Reclamation. Okay, we hit. We milled. I guess the Canopy is decent against Bolas, but not the most exciting cards. And now the Azcanta flips. How am I liking Kefnet? It's been decent. I'm still unsure how I feel about it. Suspect it's probably better than Murmuring Mystic though. Oh yeah, Tamiyo is awesome in this deck. So if I put this in the yard, I get to flip my Azcanta. I do really want to hit my land drop for the turn though. And I can just like cast my Reclamation into their counterspell and that's fine. I don't really want them to just Field of Ruin me this turn. I'm just going to keep this on top. I just want to hit my land drops. So what am I naming? I guess I can see if Wilderness Rec resolves. Before I make a decision. It's probably not resolving. What is the backup hand? We have Kefnets and Tamiyos. It's like kind of hard to play a fair game, but you can win with them. Unmoored Ego is very scary though, for sure. It's a very good card. Nice. Alright, so we definitely want to find the next Wilderness Rack, right? Just keep digging for them. Nice. This Tamiyo is so good. Oh. Hey there, Nerdgirl. Great to see you. Jeez, our Tamiyo just like double demonic tutored for us. It's kind of obscene. Alright. Lands are great. Lands are kind of great. So I would go Shock the land, cast Wreck. I then have Azcanta +2 untapped lands. End of turn, float free, untap, activate Azcanta. I kind of want to keep it. I'm digging for like Chemister's Insight now, it feels like. It's good with Chemister's Insights. Alright. Cosmic Wilderness Rec. So Azcanta activation is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I can cast Chemister's Insight, so I don't need to shock myself to do that. Not that like the 2 damage is that likely to matter, but oh, whoops. Awesome. Oh, the Nexus is so good, but I think I just want the Chemister's Insight to keep hitting my land drops here. I think that sounds really strong to me. And then if they field us now, we get another basic out of our deck before casting the Insight. It's possible that not taking Nexus is just a mistake, just because that card's so strong. But I feel like between drawing 4 cards and plussing Tamiyo, we have a decent shot at finding a Nexus. And this way we get like loads of other resources too, rather than just the 1 card. And like we thin out our deck a bunch. Yeah, exactly, Bobbin. We just want to draw cards. Our opponent's not pressuring us that much at the moment. Like Nicol Bolas flipping isn't even that scary. Weirdly. Alright, so they hit Azcanta. We let this resolve. And grab an island. Has anyone seen the ridiculous Neoform modern deck? Oh, that deck is a delight. Chimera. That deck is a treat. It's kind of terrifying too. I hope it doesn't like break modern. It does seem very strong. I agree with that assessment. Deck seems very, very good. Ooh, we had to cast so many 4-drops. Alright. Cast my Kefnet. Just resolves. Cool. Cast my Tamiyo. Maybe I meant to lead on Tamiyo. I don't know. This is probably fine. Resolve this. So inciting here doesn't achieve anything, right? I might as well just wait. Because then I can insight on their turn and like hit something with Kefnet. Yeah, it seems really scary, Chimera. Fort Erasure. Yes, I just let this resolve. Oh, is this the 3rd Tamiyo gone? This is the 3rd Tamiyo gone. We have to rely on these Kefnets to kill him. Maybe that's a reason to insight in response, look for a negate. Or they could scoop, you know. That's acceptable too. Oh, this deck's really messed up. Alright, I think I have time for one more match, then I'm probably gonna have to head off for the evening. It's been a nice stream though. See you, Ogara. Thank you for hanging around. It's been fun having you here. Have a nice day. Kefnet confirmed. Unbeatable. Unbeatable magic card has been called. Their 4/4 just can't beat our 4/5, you know? It's just maths. See ya, Michael. Thanks for hanging here. This deck is missing the corn. There is no corn here for the tyrants. Alright, mulligan. Guess? No? Incoming Forteracia. That's not a Forteracia, that's a good card. Alright. Oh my gosh, Chimera. Autumn stream whilst you're awake. Such a rare occurrence, Blueby. Also, nice update on the name. I actually caught a tiny bit of your stream this morning. I was not in, like, the most talkative mood. I guess I don't have a blast zone for their search, so I just put this in tapped. I don't know, they might actually have a chance this game. They got a search down early. Some early pressure. We don't really have anything going on here. Oh, Blue-Black X is incredibly popular online at the moment, in general. Blueby streams Magic. That stream's great. Everyone, go follow Blueby. I think this is how we do this command. You streamed for 14 hours? Jeez. That's so many hours. Here I am with, like, coming up on hour 4. Marcus. Her Twitch username has been updated. There's no more Hearthstone anymore. It has looked that way, Cass. To be fair, though, our draw this game is horrific. They might have a chance. They might just have a chance this game. God. I kind of want to just jam, but then I just let them cast counter spells. I guess I just, like, cast my divination. They probably don't have it. Why would they have it? Whoever has it. You've successfully killed Hearthstone. The Hearthstone Slayer, Blueby. All bow before her. They did have it. So shocking. Who would have thought such a thing could occur? You killed 2 Thieves, a Narset, and a Teferi with a Blast Zone. Fair magic, Cambo. Yes, I'm just gonna draw 2. Or like Nexus on their end step or something. If we win this game, then there is no hope for Blue-Black. Though I am skeptical of us winning this one. I did see Liam Cahalan. Is it Cahalan or Callahan? I can never remember. But Liam been posting some sweet Blue-Black lists on Twitter. And most recent one had 2 copies of Mastermind's Acquisition, which is heckin' nice. Cahalan, okay. Yeah, Liam Cahalan has 2 copies of Mastermind's Acquisition in the latest Blue-Black update. There was hope for blue-black once upon a time. Oh my gosh. Alright. Well then. I guess I'm just gonna pass the turn and crack a Memorial. I'll also try and crack a Memorial now. Try and hit search for Azcanta. Hope my opponent doesn't have a counterspell somehow. Seems unlikely. Rather just not expose my cards to Fort Erasure for no good reason. Yeah, Mastermind's Acquisition is like a sweet addition. Means you can actually just like answer everything. Yeah, that's my impression, Cambo. Enter the God-Eternals is so busted against the creature decks, but then like you're pretty bad against everything else. Even then against the creature decks you struggle against Carnage Tyrant, so that's a yike. That is a whole yike. Approximately. I say that. I guess she doesn't kill us for like 2 more turns. Silver Linings. I could like try and take up this Blast Zone, I guess. Take her down. 1, 2, 3. I think I'd rather just try and combo. Make sure I can cast my Growth Spiral if I draw it. Aw, see ya, Bluebee. Have a good sleep. Thanks for popping in. It's been good to see you. 4, 8. You do only have 2 cards in hand. This is true, Bobbin. Accurate. In fact. Cast my Tamiyo. Is she getting countered? Contempted. They have a Blast Zone on 4, do they? Good point, well presented. That is a bit awkward, if we're being completely honest. Do I just plus wish upon a Nexus? Guess we're just wishing upon a Nexus. Getting incredibly, improbably lucky. Wow. What is this? What is this stream? This isn't real life. This is nonsense. This is complete nonsense. I think I've hit actually every time. That is accurate, Robin. Accurate. You have to have 100% hit rate with your Tamiyos to be on the MPL. That's how it works. I guess I'm just countering this. I need to force them to use up their Blast Zone at some point. I can't like Nexus with Sabotage back up anyway. That is a good one with this Nexus. Might actually be in this game. It's kind of obscene. They printed a Planeswalker with plus Demonic Tutor. They put Opt on a Planeswalker. It's so broken. Alright, 1, 4, okay. Guess I just cast this. Hope it resolves. If it doesn't resolve, it's like a little rough for us, but if it resolves, we probably win. Nice. Plus Nexus of Fate. Should probably have killed this Tamiyo at some point. Quite possibly. I guess they're just like really scared of Wilderness Rec. All 4 of our Wilderness Recs are now in the yard. It's a problem. Patience. Patience pays off, huh? They're just letting us untap with our Tamiyo in play. Liliana's on 8 loyalty, so we have to go off next turn. For 3 Forteratious, Negate, Syncopate, 1 Sabotage. They have a mystery card. Am I just meant to plus naming Nexus and get hopeful, or am I meant to minus on Azcanta and hope to like untap and do some nonsense? I only have 5 mana or 6 mana after Insight. Oh, Tamiyo save us from Lily ult, but Tamiyo's gonna die to the Blast Zone before that. I guess I just have to plus. Keep getting lucky. Like, I'm just so far behind at the moment. Ugh. Okay. Even milled a search for Azcanta. It's not ideal. Fetch this, draw 2. There's a Nexus for next turn. We get to draw 2 before next turn as well. I don't think I can actually win this. I guess we still have 2 Tamiyos left in our... Is it 2 or 1? We have 2 Tamiyos left in our deck. So maybe we can win it. It's a bit awkward. The fact that we win no reclamations until we draw a Tamiyo is scary. For sure. Okay. It's a Tamiyo. This is only on 1 counter, right? So we can go Tamiyo minus Reclamation Nexus. I just have to hope they don't have a counter somehow. Yep, resolves. That's a Contempt, so that does deal with the Tamiyo. Guess I just have to get back Reclamation and hope to draw really heckin' well. That is the plan. Yeah, gotta get lucky. Gotta get incredibly lucky. We have gotten lucky on the stream before though. As improbable as that sounds. Once or twice. GG opponent. That was a sweet game. I guess we have to hope that they don't contempt our Tamiyo before ulting Lily. Yeah, that was the plan, Yahweh. We Reclamation, Nexus, and like try and set up the Blast Zone on Lily as like a fallback plan. Oh my god. Huh? Okay, winning is still going to be very, 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 very challenging. But... but... Look at that flavor text coming in handy. Flavor text OP. I have no idea how we possibly win this, but flavor text is powerful. Alright. Yep. Fire off this Nexus. I need to like multiple Chemister's Insights here. Jeez, they just have another counter. No. Okay, they're digging. Our opponent learned the text on Tamiyo. It's still going to be a very tough game to win, but we need to get this Blast Zone to 0 counters. We need a Thespian stage is what we need. That is the literal perfect best draw in our deck. You can't make this nonsense up, seriously. Alright. Oh, we know they have a Sabotage in their hand. I'm the worst. RIP. I should have done this in their turn. Yike. Yike, yike, yike. Alright, so there you go. I think this could be a fine sideboard card, yeah. This is like just a very good grindy threat against control decks. Oh, that was an oops. They had all, I guess complaining about them having all their sabotages is like a bit unreasonable, considering how hot we've been running. Soul Diviner can take counters off lands, accurate. I did know they had it. Does not mean I remembered they had it. That like technically keeps me alive a turn. Guess. Bounce a token. Yep. It's entirely possible I'm not meant to draw a card there so that I can resolve search. Then they just tick up Blast Zone though, so that doesn't actually achieve anything in the face of Blast Zone. They still just get to kill our search here. But now we only have 16 cards. How many Chemister's Insights are left? We have 2 Chemister's Insights. We only have 1 Tamiyo and a Callous Dismissal left as win cons, which is problematic. Okay, they have a Field of Ruin. That's the best draw in our deck again. Easy. 4, 5, 6, 7. So I even get to do it with Sabotage backup. Seems decent. If I win this, I swear to God. If I win this, there is something wrong in the world. Jenna! Aww! Thank you so much for the raid, Jenna. I really appreciate that. Welcome to everyone joining us. We're playing a frankly absurd game right now. We have no right to be winning. We might not win. They have the Negate. Please don't have the Negate. No! Ah, oh, McFarad. Thank you so much for becoming a Knight of Autumn. I really, really appreciate it. Everyone get some love in chat for our new knight. Really appreciate the support, McFarad. It means a lot to me. Really helps me do what I do. They did not have the Negate accurate. Oh my god. Gosh, so many gifted subs. Ah! McFarad, thank you so much for gifting all those subs to our community. I really appreciate that. Welcome to all our new subscribers. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, McFarad. That means a ton to me. What's the final cut here? If Aaron trusts me with the hat, you trust me with the subs. Oh, that's so kind. Thank you. I miss Aaron. I need to see Aaron again at some point soon. I think I can just cut this, because I'm bringing in Kefnets to kill them with, right? It's probably fine. See you, Jenna. Thank you so much. I hope that you have a great day. I'm kind of wondering if I want to bring in an Ooze just over like an Opt again. Just like another angle of attack, another win condition in case there's like unmoored egos and nonsense. So Emma boards out Growth Spirals. I think I prefer boarding out Opts, because both of them like lead to you flooding a tiny bit, and like don't do a lot in the long game. But Growth Spiral stops you discarding to hand size when you're playing like the Chemister's Insight Wars, which feels pretty relevant to me. This is fine. Aw, thank you, memes. No, my Negate. I love that Negate. Alright, say go. I can take this up, I guess, instead of playing this tap. My life total's not too important. It's like possible we want to kill the Search at some point. Although for the time being, I just like don't want to go down on lands. Oh, no worries, Cass. I hope you managed to get that sorted at some point soon. That sounds really stressful. So I can just play this, pass the turn, Insight in there and step pretty happily here. I can also just jam Reclamation and cross my fingers. So it feels a bit aggressive when I can just Insight though. Inciting is pretty powerful. I don't know, this is a tough spot. It's like kind of reasonable that they might not have it. Oh, Dokamoy, thank you for gifting that sub to the cast. That's really kind of you. Really, really appreciate you doing that. I'm actually really tempted just to jam this Reclamation. Syncopate and Negate are a thing, yeah. But they're like stumbling on mana a bit. This way we get around Sabotage. Yeah, if they don't have it, they lose the game. Whereas if they do have it, like the chance that they have something they can untap and cast to punish us isn't that high. I think this is fine. Okay, so they syncopate. This is okay. So I don't think they have anything to punish us on 4. Most likely. Maybe it's better to play Tamiyo, because untapping and playing Reclamation is more threatening. Wow, look at us always having it. Why wouldn't we have it? Yeah, I think I was meant to play Tamiyo last turn, but luckily we were not punished. So there is 0 justice in the wild. Spell Pierce is actually potentially decent. It's probably worse than a Negate here, sadly, but... It lets us go Tamiyo plus Nexus plus Spell Pierce in the same turn. Why choose not to have it when you could have it instead? Exactly. Having it's just so much stronger. Narset. That's kind of fine. Right? We can just Spell Pierce their interaction. So we get to go Tamiyo plus Nexus plus Spell Pierce next turn. And like try and go off. Well, when will I do a stream where I teach chat how to demonic tutor every turn? Good question. It's a powerful skill to impart. Am I just naming Nexus over and over? I guess it's just like so much better than every other card to hit. And I can just like regrowth everything else anyway. End of turn, float some mana. Pass me Nexus. They just don't have anything. Alright. So we get to play our own Kefnet. We get to get back a Negate. So we have Negate plus Spell Pierce up. That seems pretty decent to me. And then I can Growth Spiral in their turn. They have 3 cards in the yard. Okay, so I can cast this. Get back my Negate. I don't believe I'm doing anything in my end step. I'm just going to Growth Spiral in that turn, because the Narset's going to stop me drawing cards here. If we wait for them to put a spell on the stack before Growth Spiraling, we could hit a Negate off it. Ugh. That's kind of busted. Jeez. It's really unpleasant. Alright, well... I guess there's no reason not to do this now. I guess they only get to cast the Wondrous as well, which is nice. Because they only have the 1 black mana currently. So I could just negate this. Not let them know about the Spell Pierce. Oh. Yeah, we literally have a Tamiyo in play. Good point. No one remembers the text on this card, in my defense. My opponent didn't remember the text on the card last game. Jeez. Alright, alright. Literally no one knows the text on the card. The rest is a peak. I mean, I guess you'd still cast it most likely, depending on their hand. Now it's my turn to not remember yet. This isn't embarrassing at all. Decline. This Narset is incredibly obnoxious. Okay. I guess I can take a Blast Zone up to 3 to kill her. Which is probably the line. I believe they did in fact whiff off Narset. Nexus of Fate. Plus. Alright. So. Going to tick this up to 3, and then we're going to kill their Narset. They are nowhere close to Azcanta flipping. So if I put this up to 3, I then have 4 mana for Chemister's Insight, and I can still cast Nexus with Spell Pierce back up. Oh, I have to discard the Breeding Pool though. Oh no, and I have to pay a bunch of mana to sack the Blast Zone, so I guess I'm just sacking Blast Zone in their turn. Never mind, which is fine. So I guess I'd rather put the counters on the small Blast Zone. To be efficient with counter usage. And if I'm... So in their turn I can sack this, and I guess I'm playing the land. Because there's like... the option of inciting potentially. I'm just going to pass the turn here. Like, I don't really want to kill the Narset now. So if they have an insight, then they just get to flip their Azcanta. Seems annoying. They dump a Narset. Also they'd note, like, that they'd want the second Narset. We also just play around a second Narset this way too, which is also nice. Alright, end of your turn. So this is definitely the one with 3 counters. Good. Try not to embarrass myself too much. So that kills that. I could kill the Search. Or I could Chemister's Insight, or I could just untap, and all of those are fine. I think I most like untapping. I don't really want to tap out of Negate and let them contempt one of my threats. And I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot here at the moment. So I can afford to take things kind of slow. Kefnet's so good. Fire off my Divination. Azcanta is awkward with this Blast Zone, but... Just keep plussing for Nexus. Okay. So I get to flip their Azcanta here if we don't Blast Zone it. So I think I want to Blast Zone, and then I can just keep drawing cards with insights. And keep holding open counter magic whilst I'm pulling ahead on card advantage. And whilst Tamiyo's shutting off half their deck. So I'm gonna tap mana before activating the Blast Zone so I can keep my counter magic up. From now on, just always have Negate open for the rest of the game from this point forward. So it kills Azcanta. I can just fire off this Chemister's Insight, and then I still have Negate plus Pierce open for their turn. It's kind of unfortunate that we've Stone Rained ourselves twice, but the Blast Zones have looked really powerful this game, I think. I guess they can take this up to 4 now. That's going to use up a chunk of their turn. And we're still just drawing so many cards here. I think this is fine. Doing the gaze don't know how to sit pose. Accurate. If they tap out for the Blast Zone now, we get to untap and slam a Biogenic Ooze with counter magic backup. It's really not the end of the world. We just are so far ahead on cards as well. Might even get to cash in the Spell Pierce here on their duress. Deal. Oh my god, that's so much better than casting a Biogenic Ooze. Jeez. Alright, deal. Say go. We're very good at drawing this card at the opportune moment. I'm not gonna lie. So I just let this resolve, right? Gives them info of my hand, but whatever. Laugh, thank you so much for the 3-month free sub. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Alright, ditch this forest. You're so sad you didn't see me in London. Were you in London, Laugh? I'm sorry you didn't get to see me. That would have been great. It was like a very, very busy weekend, so I'm sure it was like pretty busy for you too if you were there. Alright. Gas. That was game 2. This is like the longest match in history. I'm looking at this Crushing Canopy. Like they have Search and Kefnet. Like it's not great against Kefnet, but it buys you time. Like 1-for-1s, right? They get the Kefnet back, but it's still a 1-for-1. Maybe this is fine. I'm just going to bring in a single copy. Also take out the Ooze now they've seen it. Alright, I'm going to take out the Ooze because they've seen it, so they're probably going to like try and keep answers in. You love the new Kefnet. New Kefnet is a treat. Aw. Thank you, Jarvis. Appreciate you. Good to see you, friend. This is fine. That's an insight on 4. What are my thoughts on Jace? I don't really have many thoughts on Jace. I haven't really seen any compelling decks for Jace, I guess. In Standard. I know someone was talking to me about the prospect of like Jason ad nauseum weirdly. Which is maybe a bit nonsense. Like, instead of Lab Maniac, you have a card that can actually like do things on its own, but it's also just like ever so marginally more awkward to go off with, which is probably just like too big a downside. So it's probably just much worse. Negate is nice. Keep. So they probably have a counter spell up here. I'm pretty happy just drawing 2. Keeping my Negate up. This deck looks sweet. It does look sweet, I agree. I'm a fan of this deck so far. Fort Erasure. I think this is fine. Honestly, I'm wondering about Chemister's Insight. It's like the only card I care about. But yes, I can just let this resolve, hold open Negate for Azcanta. Probably just take the Negate, realistically. Or Kefnet. Yeah, they took the Kefnet anyway. So we still get to keep our Insight, which is nice. Alright, they could have Syncopate. We have seen at least 2 Syncopates in their list. And that would, like, explain leaving us with the Insight, but then we get to resolve Wreck, which seems really bad for them. Ooh, we have 3 cards in Yard. Interesting. I kind of want to play Azcanta with Negate backup for their turn. I also kind of just want to draw 2. Sounds good as well. This is a tough turn. It's like very tough turn. Like if I cast this, it probably just gets sabotaged. I don't really want to lose my Azcanta. Obviously they can answer it pretty easily. Oh no, the Blossom's on free counters. Okay, this is actually worth a lot. I'm just going to pass the turn. Also, Insight ensures we keep hitting our land drops, which seems really important to me. Just like, if we keep hitting our land drops, we're going to overpower our opponent with Nexuses and, like, protecting our threats with Negate. So, I'm pretty happy just to play this slow. This is now on 4. Just like an okay answer. So what am I discarding? Is it actually just a Reclamation? It's like Reclamation or Nexus. The end of turn Nexuses get really threatening after a while. But I guess we probably only need the one. And like, if we draw like a third one, we're really sad to have the second in hand. Yike. Okay. Resolves. So they probably have Negate in hand. 6 lands goes Wilderness Nexus, but no Negate backup. This is quite scary. Okay. We have 2 cards in our yard, so Search is nowhere near flipping. So, I guess I play Wilderness Rec. They probably go to counter it. So if I negate this... They have the Blast Zone for it. I do get to draw 2 of my Memorial, which doesn't sound great. I also just let this get negated, put my Search in play, and then the Thief hits are going to help flip the Search. Yeah, I'm going to let this happen. Because if the Thief hits me too many times, it's just going to flip the Search for me anyway. And they have the Blast Zone for the Reclamation regardless, so... I think this makes the most sense. They milled land Growth Spiral. So we don't know that the card in their they got is good. So both those cards are pretty bad. 5 in our yard. That's a really good one. Okay, I think I keep that. Maybe I keep that. I have an Azcanta in play. So I kind of have all the card advantage I want if I flip that at any point. I'm actually going to put this in my yard. I think we've got like enough card advantage-y stuff going on here. I kind of just need to be at least somewhat proactive rather than just drawing lots of cards. Like I've also just got like a Memorial to pair with the Reclamation if I ever get going anyway. Huh. God, if this gets countered, it's so bad for me. If they just like don't have it, I am in an awesome position then. Kind of awesome. I'm in the A position. They only have the 2 cards. I'm just going to cast here before they get to draw 3 more cards towards a counterspell. It's not like the game ends if they have the counterspell anyway. It's just like so good for us if they don't have it. Because then they can't even Blast Zone the Reclamation on the turn it comes into play. Alright, we have a Hinterland Harbor. It's not a very exciting Magic card. So I can go Reclamation, Negate back up. They have a Blast Zone in play. The Reclamation gets a counterspell out their hand though, which is something. Or gets the Blast Zone out of play, both of which are fine. Or I could just go Activate plus use Insight to try and like freshen up my hand a lot. I'll get the Spectre out of play with the Blast Zone. It feels really slow to me, I guess. I guess I can tick this up plus activate the Azcanta. Maybe that's correct. That's reasonable, actually. This is actually like a nice turn to try and do that. That's fair, Bendon. I kind of like that plan. And maybe you should have started trying to do that earlier. I've been like very focused on trying to overpower it, but maybe just like letting it get 2 hits and then blowing it up would have been fine. Yeah, I might have played that wrong in that regard. Insight's fine. This is 1 counter, so we need to put 2 counters on it. They are like, it's not irrelevant that they're thinning out library for us at the moment. So like once we deal with this thief, if we start going off, we're gonna go off very consistently. We do have to deal with it soon though, otherwise it will start hitting nexuses over and over. Isn't there a creature that says ETP effects can't trigger? That only stops, Honor Guard only stops other creatures. Also, this isn't an ETB effect, it enters with the counter. It doesn't trigger upon entering. Take this up. Incoming Nexus, yep. This is how it happens. I guess you also have to worry about having enough win cons left in the deck. We still have... I'm not actually sure we have enough win cons left in the deck. Both Kefnets are gone. I think we boarded out the Ooze. I'm unsure. I wonder how this game would have gone if I'd been more proactive about removing Thief from play. It's interesting. So I can just play this. So 3 mana to do this, 3 mana to do this, 2 mana to do this. Cool. Okay. Narset's really impressed me in Standard. Oh, I should have done this before now. They get another minus. Narset's been really impressive. Like, she's very, like, there's so many blue decks going around at the moment that she's very good against. And even, like, the fail case of, like, find a spell, soak up 3 damage is just fine. I've been very happy with the card. Obviously, I've been playing like a lot of decks that are weak to the card, which is making her look better. But alright, well, I'm having an extra negate in hand is not ideal. I don't actually know that we have a win condition left because of how I sideboarded. Maybe that's why we have to leave the Ooze in. Maybe 2 Kefnets isn't enough. I guess it's 2 Kefnets plus 3 Tamiyos. Also, we have to find a Tamiyo and then we have to rebuy a Kefnet. That makes sense. That is a Kefnet, resolves. So I guess I can start with the Growth Spiral to get more info before the Azcanta activation. That is a good one. Okay. So we get to go Azcanta activation plus Nexus here. Start just chewing through their counter spells one by one. Don't want to do it now because it just like lets them use their mana on my turn. I'd rather do it on their end step. I guess I'd rather do it when they can't syncopate my Nexus as well as a consideration. Since we have seen syncopates from them. If we need to, we can tick this up to 4 and then like aim to block the Kefnet later, but we've got a Crushing Canopy in our deck, I believe, that can answer it. This card's actually kind of annoying. Kind of? Like, we kind of overpower as much counter magic as they can throw at us. It does cost them out, and they already have like a bunch of insights stored up. I think I just let it resolve. I'm gonna end of turn Nexus here. They might try and syncopate it. Nope, just negating it. So this goes back in the deck. Fire off the Azcanta. 3 mana Teferi is very good against Nexus. Yep, that card has been really impressive against this deck, for sure. It's a very good card to play if you're looking to try and beat this deck. If they blow up the Wilderness Rec with the Blast Zone, they kill their Kefnet for a little while. That is not irrelevant. I don't know if I do this now or in their next turn. Yeah, the Blast Zone's on 4. That is correct. I don't know. This might be a turn too early. It might be that I meant to wait till next turn. Problem is going for this turn. If I negate a counter spell, then I don't get to Nexus this turn. I'm like pretty sad if they go counter spell into sack Blast Zone. But if they're just sacking Blast Zone to deal with it, then they kill that Kefnet, which I think I'm pretty fine with. Am I meant to Nexus now and hope they don't have a 2-mana counter? I don't think so. I think I just let this happen. And feel happy that the Kefnet is gone. Oh yeah, next turn is too late. No, it isn't, because we get to fight in our end step with the Nexus plus counter magic then, if we do it next turn, and they let us keep it. They have to kill it before our end step, or else we get to like fight over this Nexus with all our counter spells, which is too much for them to deal with, I think. Thief of Sanity. I believe the plan is sabotage that. Then plan on not fighting over it anymore and just using my Azcanta instead. So they're probably going to fight over this, I believe. Then we can try and set up to fight over this Nexus in our turn. Memorial. I guess I just ditch that because I'm going to be activating Azcanta. I'd rather see spells than lands with Azcanta. It's possible the thief didn't actually matter. I'm like not 100% on that. Okay, I believe I take this Negate. So you have 7 for Nexus, 3 for Azcanta activation, 1 remaining mana. I guess I just pass the turn. When they activate Azcanta on our end step, I can Nexus. I can fight over the Nexus. If it resolves, they probably die. I could also just Nexus now and hope it resolves. If we win the fight, we probably go infinite. Honestly. We have 2 counterspells to protect it. I think I'd just rather do the fight in their turn though. If they don't use their mana in our end step, I'm just like very happy doing the fight in their turn instead. Because they're only seeing 1 extra card and getting 3 extra mana out of it. Whereas we're getting a whole turn cycle turns worth of mana. Okay. Cool. When we get to the Tamiyo, we don't know. Obviously, once we've seen our whole deck, we'll know how many Tamiyos we have left. But we have to make sure a Tamiyo resolves, or else we can't win the game. Alright, I believe I cast this Nexus. I believe if they counter it, I let it happen. Activate my Azcanta to find a Nexus again. Oh, thanks, Jim. I really appreciate it. I'm very, very excited for it. It's going to be great. Alright, they've decided that the Nexuses do not matter, which is probably correct. So now we just need to get enough counter magic to try and ensure this Tamiyo resolves. So I never want to expose these things to syncopate, right? So I should just do this first, even though it means I can't get a wreck in play beforehand. I just never want to expose myself to syncopate. So I need to try and go infinite here. I don't... yeah, that makes sense. At the moment we're about 65% to find a Nexus on an activation. Which is like not quite a lock, although obviously very close. Narset's fine, I guess. Is tapping out his bad specifically if they have a Nexus as one of these 2 cards? I feel like they'd have had an opportunity to use it at some point earlier in the game if that was the case. Alright, we have an extra turn queued up. We have our actual turn on top of our extra turns. We have to remember that. So we can just keep activating this thing. Building up my mana. Alright, I think I take Nexus over Rack. Just like... I don't think it matters too much either way though. I think we're going to go infinite for our whole deck now. We just need to have our counter magic be enough to protect Tamiyo, which is like less obviously going to be the case. Wow, I'm so happy with this. We actually have an extra turn stored up, right? That's not being shown because we end of turned it. I'm so happy for them with them trading a spell for a Nexus. All that matters is my win cons. At this point, the Nexuses just do not matter. I take a Nexus instead. I just want to draw my whole deck before I get this Tamiyo, in case there's any more counter magic in there. So I have to leave that in the library. So I cast this. Negate. I believe I have to fight over this. Because I have to keep taking turns now. Not let them untap. Alright, I believe we win. It's pretty sick. This is a good end to the stream, damn. We actually had 2 Tamiyos left. Nice. I didn't know if we had the second Tamiyo left because we hadn't seen our entire deck. It's like not impossible they were like keeping a Tamiyo over there, even if it was improbable. This deck is so nice. This deck is like heckin' great. Right, I'm gonna head off, y'all. I got a team meeting in 10 minutes, and then I got some jobs to do this evening.